Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Over the last couple of years or so we've done lots of naval battles. In fact, if I get our playlist here, we've done 108 naval battles, and I read the feedback from you guys, and by far the biggest complaint is, where are the submarines? We do surface action, we do aerial action, but we don't do underwater. Now, for the last year or so in core game, we have had submarines modelled that can sail under the ocean, hidden, and they can even fire guided torpedoes at a range of about 10 miles. So we've got that, and we could have used them, but there's absolutely no point of adding a force into the scenario if we don't have the counterforce. That's how everything works in real warfare. You have a force and then someone develops a counterforce. That counterforce is anti-submarine warfare. Sonars for detecting submarines and torpedoes for destroying them. So we've made our own. We now have our own anti-submarine warfare technology for the GR wargames. First of all, I'm going to show it off to you guys, and more importantly, I'm going to show it off to my pilots because they need to learn how to use it. So this is our setup. This is just a little tutorial before the main battle. Super simple. We have a cruiser here at 30 knots. I've shown the speeds because speeds are critical, guys. Detecting stuff on sonar all depends on the speed of the thing that you're trying to detect. The faster it goes, the more noise it makes, and the easier we can detect it on the sonar. So a cruiser at 30 knots, a massive aircraft carrier here at 0 knots. We have a submarine here at 17 knots, and it's a depth of 50 feet, and a submarine here, 17 knots, again a depth of 50 feet. The torpedoes they can carry can fire at about 12 nautical miles. So I've drawn from the center of my blue ships the threat ring of 12 nautical miles. Once one of those submarines gets within 12 nautical miles, it will automatically fire torpedoes at whatever it can detect, and they will travel at 50 knots and destroy the target. We have just one for this tutorial, SH-60 Seahawk, armed with 2 Mk46 Block 5A anti-submarine torpedoes. I should do credits at this point before I forget. We're using the UH-60 community mod. It was converted to Seahawk by Drop, and our friend Vorad has done the excellent Lewis scripting that gets all this to work together. Right, this is where I crash. Up we go. Alrighty then. First thing I need to do is show off the sonar. We have a dipping sonar in the bottom of our helicopter, actually the side of our helicopter. To use it, I need to get below 50 feet and be static. Now I'm actually going to cheat because I'm on single player and I can cheat, so I can put ping active pause on. You would have to be hovering otherwise, and in our real sim we will be hovering. Next, use comms menu to bring up the anti-submarine warfare script. Go to other. Go to Grim Reaper's ASW. We now have options of torpedoes setup, display torpedo settings, launch torpedo, active sonar, and passive sonar. When using our dipping sonar, we can use it in active mode or passive mode. Let's try passive mode first. We now have to stay in a hovered position under 50 feet and within 90 feet radius, so almost still completely, while it takes the measurements, which takes several seconds, so we must not move. Obviously I'm cheating here. I'm just going to pause it because we have our results. The passive dip has detected a surface ship at 294 degrees true, not magnetic true, between 0.40 and 0.7 nautical miles certainty. It's detected that ship there. Why is it not detected that CV there? Why is it not detected that sub there and that sub there? Well, that's because the passive sonar, as shown by this sheet here, can only detect submarines or ships at certain distances depending on their speed. So for instance, a submarine moving at 17 knots here can only be detected at 8.7 nautical miles, and there are none within 8.7 nautical miles. They're all outside of that range. The Ticonderoga at 30 knots is within 67 miles, so we can detect it, and the CV is not moving at all, which means we can only detect it at 1.1 nautical miles, and it's outside that. So it's all dynamic and modelled as per the sheet. Also, a passive sonar, we only get range estimates, and the accuracy of the estimate is depending again on that sheet that we saw there, the certainty. To get an absolute fix on that target, you would have 2 helicopters, and we will have multiple helicopters today. We would come out onto our tactical map, we would draw the line at the true heading given, and where our line intercepted with our second helicopter's line is an exact fix of where that object is. That's passive sonar detection. Next, let's use active sonar. So unpause. Let's do an active dip. Again, we've got to wait for several seconds while it's doing the dip. Active sonar works differently. It's actually sending out a ping to detect the object. It doesn't really matter if it's moving or not. An object will send a reflection back. But it does not have the range of passive sonar. It only works to up to about 5 nautical miles. Within 5 nautical miles, it will detect anything above or below the surface. Hence, it's found a carrier at 310 for 3.2 nautical miles and a surface ship at 294 for 0.7 nautical miles. An active sonar has 100% certainty. It will give you the exact fix. Because it gets a fix, active sonar doesn't have to be cross-referenced with another helicopter. So automatically shown on this F10 tactical map is a mark that will stay there for 30 seconds, showing where the active ping was. Note that mark is not updated with the movement of the vessel. It's just a representation of where that ping was at the time, guys. So bear that in mind. So that's the difference between passive sonar and active sonar. Once we have a good degree of certainty, we can then go and destroy it. But I don't really want to shoot my Ticonderoga. I could, by the way, if I wanted to, but I won't. I want to go and take down a submarine. So for the time being, for this, I'm just going to cheat and go and find a real submarine at 240. Stand by. Right, where's the HSI on this thing? There it is, 240. Obviously, in our real sims, we will not be able to see the submarines on our tactical map. According to our chart, if a submarine is doing 70 knots, we'll be able to detect it at just under 9 nautical miles. So I need to get within 9 nautical miles to get a passive hit. And when we're running these ASW sims, guys, what we're going to do is have different difficulty settings that I've been planning. Obviously, it's fairly easy to hover with perfect weather and no waves at 50 feet. Now, if I start turning the weather up, putting winds, putting rain, putting snow, putting waves on, stuff starts getting much harder. And that's all part of the challenge that I'm trying to create.
Are you trying to give me anxiety?
Yes, I am. Just checking my distance. Oh, let's fire some torpedoes. I'm slightly out of range still. Let's keep going. I imagine that's probably within a distance there, guys. So again, I'm just going to cheat to expedite video. Ping 0 knots. That's useful, isn't it? I'm going to do a passive sonar. Speed up. Okay, it's found a submarine at 233 true between 5.9 and 11 nautical miles. Look how uncertain he is, because it's at the top end of the range of the passive sonar ability for that thing it's trying to track. So it's incredibly uncertain about where that thing is. You can start seeing the amount of work that Vorad put into this at this point. Right, so I know it's probably somewhere between 6 miles and 11 miles. Let's just say it's 8 miles between friends, so let's keep going to try and get into that 5 miles for the active sonar. In real life, it's a bit more complex because these helicopters will also drop buoys. These buoys will stay on the top of the sea and do detecting. You'd have a whole bunch of buoys data link. Now, we can actually do that, but I've not asked for to do it, and I don't want to do it at the moment because it's not really what I'm trying to create, and it's going to cause some performance problems. Why are we doing this, viewers? Obviously, we're trying to promote it as a good idea for core game developers to add it to core game. I think people will really enjoy this. 5 miles, still not there yet. I don't need to fly low for normal flights, only for the dipping. Right, Le Tout Le Mans, guys, Le Tout Le Mans. I am now going to get low. We're well within 5 miles now, so we're just going to put ourselves down into a cheat hover, and then we're going to do an active dip. Ping, that'll do. Active. Skip time. He is true 240 for 3.7 nautical miles. Right. We know where he is now because if we F10, There's his fix. That's where we know where he was, and he's actually turning and going away now, which is quite worrying, which means we need to get a torpedo off quick. So we're going to go to torpedo. Other Grim Reapers. First torpedo display. So we can see that the seeker head of our torpedo is set to any target and to go active after 3 nautical miles after firing. So it has an active seeker head and a passive seeker head. If you want to fire it in passive mode, you can fire it and it will not turn its active seeker head on. It will just use its passive seeker and it will try and find the first target it comes across. If you use an active seeker head, it will travel for a certain distance in a straight line at 50 knots until it's reached that distance. Then it will turn its active seeker head on and look for the thing that you've told it to look for. So we need to go and set it up now. So let's go into settings. We can tell it first what type of target do we want the active seeker head to look for. Anything, surface ships, submarines, carriers, or special. So submarines. Next, we need to set the the pitbull range. So we're going to go to torpedo setup. Seeker activation. Do you want to turn your active seeker head on after 1 up to 7 miles? Total range of the torpedoes, guys, is 8 nautical miles for a Mk46. Or does it want to go active off the rail as soon as we fire it with immediate? Or do you want to work in passive mode? I know there's no ships out there apart from this submarine, and I know there's no friendly submarines out there, so I'm going to set 1 nautical mile. Okay, so it's now set to look for any submarine. I'm going to double check that because I'm doubting myself now. Set submarine and go pitbull up 1 nautical miles. I want to fire the missile. I'm going to do it again. Other. And launch torpedo. We can carry 2 torpedoes, and I've launched 1 of them. Once you're out of torpedoes, the only way to get more torpedoes is to fly back home, land, respawn in a new chopper, and you get your torpedoes automatically added to your ship. That's the best we've got at the moment. The torpedo is now being modelled at 50 knots in the direction I fired it. We cannot see it. It's modelled virtually, but I can guarantee you it is there. We've done thorough testing of this. Now, it has a seeker cone of 30 degrees left, 30 degrees right, up to X amount of miles, and I don't know how many miles that is because the amount of miles it detects depends on the amount of noise the target is making. This is going to be a moderately noisy target. Once it goes pitbull, it will actually become visible to us. It's only invisible when it's in the passive mode. So what I'm going to do now, viewers, I know the torpedo's out there, is I'm going to try and look for it with my eyes. If it's travelling at 50 knots, 1 nautical mile pitbull range, that should be about 1 minute and 10 seconds before we can start seeing it. There it is, it's gone, pitbull. Right, it's now in active mode and it's seeking. And why is it making this weird splashing sound, viewers? It's because, like all GR modifications, it's there for your entertainment at the end of the day. It's meant to be realistic to within a certain degree, but it's also there for entertainment. You need to be able to see it to enjoy it. So here it is. It's just making a big unrealistic trail. The cool thing is, we can see now what it's doing. We can see it's bending left. That means it's almost certainly sniffed the target. Because we're on cheat mode, I can actually grab this sub here that's moving. You might be able to see it. There you go. You can kind of see it. I can anyway. And I'm going to look for that torpedo. There it is. It's coming. If it's working properly, it'll be giving lead, because one thing you'll learn about submarine warfare, viewers, is everything happens incredibly slowly. And I mean really slow, as maybe we'll talk about. We're talking hours for anything to happen, or tens of minutes at least. So we've now got this torpedo at 50 knots chasing this submarine who's on a notch at 17 knots. And it's going to try and lead in front of it. It may be able to, it may not. It's got a total power of 8 nautical miles. And this also starts showing the difficulties of being a submarine commander, because a ship can go 30 knots, any warship pretty much. A submarine can only go 17 to 20 knots. So just getting in front of a carrier strike group at high speeds is actually quite difficult, let alone getting a fire solution.
Reminds me of a scene from a monster movie.
Reminds me of Tremors.
Yeah, Tremors, that's what I was thinking.
Hopefully Kevin Bacon's not on the sub.
Did it hit? Did it hit? Submarine's
like
slowing down. Submarines hit, and it didn't get a direct hit. That's interesting. We've been testing this for the last couple of days, and I've never seen it not to get a direct hit. It didn't get a direct hit. It has damaged it. Usually it kills it in one, because all the warhead size of the Mk46 is modelled. So this sub will actually carry on, but it's now going to slow down. Maybe I should have fired 2. Maybe that's a lesson learned, actually. Fired 2. That is the Grim Reaper's anti-submarine warfare. Now we're going to go and do a mission.
It's worth noting that the passive and active sonar on the torpedoes themselves is kind of their own stealth, if you like. If they're coming in passive the whole way, the opposition sub will know it's coming and take evasive action and just run away from it. Whereas if we use passive, it until it gets closer, it's more difficult to track.
And that is actually modelled in here. So we've not got the final version here, viewers. This is our version 1. Eventually, what we want to see is humans driving those submarines. I mean, it can actually do it at the moment. I can go in as a human and drive that submarine from the map, and I will have to react to that torpedo. So if a torpedo is fired at me, and we're not going to do that today because I just want one step at a time. AI will have the submarines today. So if we use those torpedoes in active mode, like we saw there, then the submarine commander, who will be a human, will physically see that trail and he will take evasive action. If we use it in passive mode, where it's completely invisible, it will be there, modelled virtually at 50 knots doing its thing. The submarine will not know it's coming and will not be able to take action. That agrees with what you said, isn't it, Drop?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it's one of those tactic things. So like we saw, he was going a beam to you. So the question is, at that range, with him going kind of fully a beam to you, would the passive have, had the accuracy to pick up on that and still track it?
Yeah, right. This is all really exciting stuff, and as far as I'm aware, we're the only people trying this. Right, guys, that moves us on to our first tactical simulation. I've set different easiness settings, difficulty settings. This one is easy. 30 minutes TTF. That means from when I press play, it's 30 minutes time until the submarines fire on our carrier strike group. Is it realistic that you would know that? No, absolutely not. But we have limited time. We can't just spend 13 hours hunting for subs. So after 13 minutes, there will be fishes, guys. On this difficulty setting, there are 2 submarines. Each are at 17 knots. Why 17 knots? It's actually probably the easiest mode. That means they're making the most noise with their props, and it makes it easier for us to find them. It would be harder if they were at 0 knots waiting for us. That's what probably a real experienced submarine commander would do. Very hard to detect. You'd need to actively ping them. I can tell you they are 20 nautical miles from the intercept point. Like I said, everything with naval takes frigging hours or tens of minutes, so the intercept point is important to understand. If the submarines are starting somewhere along the radial of this ring, obviously I'm not telling you where they're starting, I know, but you guys don't. They are currently out of range of their torpedoes. Their torpedoes range is 12 miles from our carrier strike group here. It's this circle which will move with our carrier strike group. If the submarines get within that red circle, they will fire their torpedoes. Now, our carrier strike group is not going to go evasive. It's stupid today and it's just going along a set path. Therefore, they've calculated an intercept point. If they are moving from the edge of the ring here at 17 knots, they will reach firing solutions within this ring here when the carrier is at the intercept point, which is about there. I can tell you that, guys. At 30 minutes, they will reach into the red circle and they will fire. We will not know when they're fired. We will not have cheat mode on, and we will never see those submarines, not once. So, like real life, it's sonar or nothing. Half of the battle of anti-submarine warfare is, of course, the weather and all the problems it creates. Today, we've got perfect weather, clear, no interference. Everything's perfect. Our carrier strike group will travel at 15 knots, a typical cruising speed for them. In real life, if they detected a sub, they would actually be able to jump to 30 knots. And again, maybe when we start having human admirals in this, that's something we can do. We can jump them up to flank speed and take evasive action. Again, let's keep it simple today. Simple subs doing linear things, simple ships doing linear things, and we'll work around that, guys. So all we've got to do is take off. We've got 30 minutes to find and kill those 2 submarines, guys. How are we going to do it? I actually have no idea. At this point, I need your input. I guess we spread out in our helicopters. Oh, I should say we've got a carrier in the middle. We've got 6 cruisers. Each cruiser has an anti-submarine Seahawk on them. We'll each have a Seahawk, or we can buddy up and have a sonar man and a pilot. We'll decide how we want to do that. How do you want to do it, guys? Do you want to split up in different cardinals, go out X amount of miles and start dipping?
I've just done some quick maths. If we went out to the 20 nautical mile perimeter to cover a full 360 arc, we'd need 8 dips.
Oh, right. So you're thinking to go to the 20-mile thing and dip at different radials around that thing, yeah?
Yeah, give us an 8-mile dip.
Although, technically, we would have been scanning ahead of us as we moved across there. So really, our rear sector, we don't have to worry too much about. We've already swept that clear.
Yeah, the fleet speed at 15 knots would outrun the approach speed of the sub at 17 knots. closing speed from behind of only 2 knots would mean the submarine's tailing for days. So anything forward of the 639 line on the carriers is probably the place to go.
You say that, guys, but you're not going to like this, but that's not actually true in this case. If you look at the geometry of the starting circle, you can see how fine it is here. That means if I put a sub here, and I might have put a sub here, it will take 30 minutes, but to close those 2 miles there, it would actually get a firing solution. So you can't assume they won't be behind. I'm not saying they are, but you can't assume they're not.
I think Matrix's idea is good using the o'clocks. So if we maybe draw the initial search in from 20 nautical miles, given his torpedo's got what, range of 8 miles, so round that to 10, that'd have our kind of dip requirement then. So if we go 12, 3, 6, and then everybody just moves round clockwise.
All right, let's see who wants to start in a northern cardinal. We'll have me, Matrix, Simba and Squirrel. Do you guys want to buddy up?
Sure.
Drop and fire. You guys buddy up?
Sure.
The best helicopter pilot will be the pilot. The other guy will be the sonar operator. Which pair wants to go north? I'm not going to say anything because I know where the subs are, obviously, so I don't want to...
We'll go north, just save arguments.
That is Simba and Squirrel are going north. Do your dipping, and then you start moving clockwise in 30-degree increments, yeah?
Roger.
Okay. Who wants to go the next third? So the next third would be this direction here, the next 130.
Trips, you want to take that?
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
Roger.
All right.
That gives myself a matrix. We'll be going 230 matrix. We'll dip, and then after that we'll start dipping clockwise. Viewers, how does it work in real life? You probably do something similar, but you'd be dropping buoys off rather than sending multiple helicopters and all these different radials. Right, viewers. So in case you've got bored there, which you probably did, Team 1 are going there and then dipping in 30-degree radials around here. And then Team B, Team 2 are going there and then dipping 30-degree radials around here. Team 3, myself and Matrix, are going there and then dipping 30-degree radials around here to north. And theoretically, within 30 minutes, we should have covered, hopefully, the entire slice of pie that we know the submarine is at. And this starts giving you a clue of how hard anti-submarine warfare must be in real life, because you don't have most of the information we actually have here. So, pretty cool, right?
Are you ready to lift?
Yes, please, go. Right, on a magnetic heading of 230 once we're airborne, please.
Fire 139 for us.
139.
Everything you're seeing today is first use and massively work in progress, viewers. Stuff like this takes a long time. Oh, the engines are starting.
Squirrel heading north.
Right, we're making some progress. Anti-submarine torpedoes are tiny, viewers, look. I didn't actually know they were this small. Mk46s, they can be fired from helicopters or out of RAS rocks with little rocket tails on. They have a small warhead. I think it's about 100 pounds. Also, Matrix is looking very thin today.
Oh, flattering over your cap.
All right. All those beautiful circles and stuff are not going to be here, viewers, so on our tactical map, so we've got to friggin' figure it out on the fly. Bullseye is Echo Golf 74. Everything will have to be done with a notepad, viewers, so I'll keep my notepad balls. Right, just referencing our sonar, passive sonar sheet again at 17 knots, guys. We can detect a submarine at just under 9 nautical miles. So we're running 9 nautical miles scans pretty much as we know their speed, because again, we're on easy mode. On hard mode, viewers, I won't let them know the speed. How hard is that going to freaking be? Your task, Matrix, is obviously keep on this heading and go essentially as fast as you dare without risking burning the engines up. If that makes sense. The quicker we get out there, the less time the submarine has to close on us.
Squirrel, do you have a general heading that we need to go?
Yeah, 0. Head full true north.
Look, my guy's doing everything I've told him to. It's friggin' remarkable.
Yeah, that's good. I'll give you a 1.5 mile slowdown warning as well.
Guys, I'm putting a mark on the map. It's going to be bullseye, so we know where everything started. You can reference stuff from that. It's not the same as the intercept point. So we've got to cover at least 10 nautical miles before our first passive dip.
How much further we got, Trip?
We've got about another 4 nautical miles to go.
Copy.
There's no swell today, guys, so pilots, use your radar altimeters. They will be 100% accurate.
I like to just stick my finger out the window and tell the barometric pressure that way.
You do that, don't you, Simba Wimber? 7 nautical miles. We've got 3 nautical miles to go before we even think about dipping.
We're about halfway, Simba.
So I guess a wizard on one of these viewers spends most of his time on a tactical map like this. He's probably got an NPCD and he can sit and, you know, plot his lines and his ranges and stuff, and where he wants to start putting his buoys out. Yeah, I said it, buoys.
2 nautical miles now, fight.
Okay. And the S3 are going to be out ahead of the whole group, dropping sonobuoys as well.
Yeah, of course, in real life it's much more complex. There's a huge network, and there's even more dynamics, and different altitude, depth in the ocean cause different. So, you know, it's a friggin' whole science to itself, and obviously we're not going to go into that kind of...
Thermoclines.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that kind of thing.
Convergent zones.
We are 5 minutes into the game, which means 6 minutes into the game, which means the sub's covered a few miles, so I think we should try dipping, Matrix. Guys, when you're doing your dip, do not rush it. Get it right first time.
Simba 2 miles.
Okay, Cap.
Cap, dipping, passive now. Do you see that text, Matrix?
Yep.
Lovely. Right, I've got to get it ready to write down Viewington Wewingtons.
Okay, Simba, let's slow down for a hover.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, sir. No subs.
No subs, just surface ships. Please carry on. 230. Go, go, go.
We should be good to dip now.
Roger.
So we were right on we were right on the surface when we did that, guys.
Dip now.
Good to go, Simba.
Good.
Dipping passive.
Come on, I know they're out there, viewers. We know they're friggin' out there. There's tents. Tents is shit.
All surface.
Yeah, all surface ships for us.
23 minutes before torpedoes will be fired.
All right, what's my next heading?
Are we going to start tracking round to the right soon, Cap?
Not yet. We're actually not quite close enough to the edge of how I wanted to be. I want to be a little bit closer. Technically, we're only 9 miles out from our carrier strike group yet, so keep on heading. We'll go another 5 miles and redip, then we'll start our radials.
Only surface ships.
Yep. Simba, do you want to head 031? We'll go a couple of miles.
What's that, Drips?
Same for us, fire. We'll just continue on the same heading and then we'll come round to the right after.
All right, continuing on 130.
We're going to be dipping further out, guys. We're going to be dipping about 13 or 14 miles out to give us absolute coverage.
Yeah, we'll do the same, Cap, and then after that dip, we'll come right.
Does the sonar go in a 360 degree cone?
Yeah, so it'll go in any angle.
Okay, Simba, we should be good here.
Fire 2 nautical miles.
Copy.
I think I'm going to start putting records of your... I don't know. I could start putting labels on the map, if you want, guys, of the records of your dips. Should I do that? That's a pretty good idea, actually, isn't it? So this one here, viewers, I'm going to call it Simba 1. You guys should be able to see, your Rio should be able to see this, guys. Fire...
Right, start the dip.
Going passive. It's like a game of Battleship.
That's good, isn't it? Fire 1. All right, Matrix. We are 12 miles, 2 more miles to go, and then I think that's going to be optimal.
About here.
We've just dipped.
We're dipping again.
Yeah,
We've
works for
done-
me, fire.
We've done 10 miles north. We're now 10 miles on 008. We're going to head out to 015 probably.
Roger. Obviously, you haven't detected anything. I'm going to put you... That is Simba 2. Right, let me have
Next
a look.
heading.
Simba head 116.
Just under 2 miles from me, Matrix. Time. Oh, Jesus. Time goes quick, viewers. 19 minutes before torpedoes out. Right, Matrix, we are at...
All right,
13.
you can dip.
Okay, start slowing down for the dip. We're near like 14 miles.
Sonar's in.
So
Uh-oh.
Have you found it?
Try again.
Cleared a dip.
Cap dipping passive. Taking measurements.
Surface only for drift and fire.
Roger.
Right.
I've marked you guys.
What's my new heading?
Right, let's go 90 degrees right. Start circling around now, I think.
Submarine,
210.
submarine, submarine. We've got a submarine. Guys, you carry on what you're doing. Keep going this direction, Matrix. The dip's done.
Heading is 270.
Roger, the rest of you don't charge over to us. You've got to find that second sub. I've put it down. I've noted it in my notebook. I've just got to make my notes now.
that's Simba turn 120 true. Go with that for another 4 miles.
Fire 235 true.
I'm just putting the notes in.
235 true.
I just think so.
What's my magnetic then? 230.
Right, we're going to hunt this guy. If we need your help, we'll call you guys. Heading off 270 for, let's say, 7 miles between friends. Right. There we go. Right, 7 nautical miles. So if we're saying 7 nautical miles, Matrix is travelling in and now. So I plot him moving in that direction towards the carrier viewers.
4 minutes, Cap.
Roger. Yep, I'm tracking everything on the tactical map here. We've gone 1.5 nautical miles since we took our dip. That means we're technically 5, could be about 5.5 miles, but we better play it conservative, viewers. We better say he was at the upper limit of that dip, which is about there, of the threshold. So 8.7 take away what we've done here, 2 miles, is 6.7 miles. We've got a ways to go.
Let's go here, Simba.
I'm going to start setting the torpedoes up.
Yep.
Anyone else hear a strange voice?
Yeah. 5, gonna ease up. Another one.
So 8.7 minus 3 is 5.7. 1 more nautical mile to go for our next dip.
Alright, drop it, squirrel.
Yep.
It's very exciting, a kind of armchair nerd way, guys, which is my kind of way. So.
There's a lot of suspense involved in tracking a hidden target.
Okay, negative, just surface.
That's us,
All right.
Matrix. Get ready for passive dip, please.
Yes, no, my slow.
New heading.
166.
Go ahead and dip.
So you know, squirrel, I only have magnetic, not true.
Okay, 150. Cap, we just come round to 2 o'clock. About 11 nautical
Roger.
miles.
I'll update the sheet in a minute. I've just got to get this dip done because we're onto something.
Surface only for fire and drop.
Okay, Cap.
Cap, passive. Don't worry about the engine sounds, viewers. It's just desync because I'm in the second seat.
Right, fire. Let's bring it round for 243.
Oh, she's this close. Don't move, don't move, don't move. Don't move. I'm going to do an active. I need to do a ping. Active ping now. Right, I'm sending out a sonar ping now, viewers, to get his exact point. As soon as you get this active ping measurement, charge towards him.
He's only, less than 3 miles away, so
Roger.
you could launch from here.
Roger, we'll do. We just need to make sure we get the heading perfect. He is 281. Please, 2 miles. We've got him, and we've got his ping. There he is. He's right in front of us. Friggin' hell. Tell me when I'm at 281 and I can fire, please.
Bye.
Simba course adjust 166. 1 mile.
Drop now.
Torpedo 1. Loose. Right, in 1 minute and 10 seconds, it will start going active if I've set my settings right, which I hope it has. When that happens, please follow the active trail. We can get a little bit of altitude now, Matrix, just to help our vision.
Yeah, coming up.
Right, please keep heading at 280, not faster than 50 knots. Also, we've got to make sure we don't go too close to the sub now. Now, as a human sub, what would he do now, viewers? Think of the possibilities in this S. He would dive, he could turn, he could speed up, he could slow down, he could go silent.
Simba 171. I'll do another half mile. Okay, Simba, start to transition to hover.
Alright,
280.
ready to drop.
Say again, drop.
Might be worth you guys after this one transitioning to the front of the carrier group. Rough
Yeah,
heading.
yeah.
Yes!
Danny, straight ahead.
I'm firing another one. Please point the helicopter at that one.
Fire, you want to drop now?
Cap.
Yep.
Lows, 2. Second torpedo out. It's tracking, it's moving. Right, we can't do anything now, Major.
Only
Just follow
surface
it.
ships.
Follow it.
Okay, Simba, we have got quite a long ferry now, so suggest gun it 270.
This is great, viewers. And although if I knew where their subs were, viewers, but I couldn't cheat because the guys make all the decisions for me. So this is super cool. We'll come and help you guys in a bit. How accurate will that warhead be? I got no way of checking because I got no way of seeing him, viewers.
Magic Squirrel, Simba and I are heading to 11 o'clock position on the fleet. We'll start scanning there.
Roger, currently prosecuting.
We've got a decision after this. Assuming we kill him, Matrix, after
Go
this,
ahead, Drips.
we can RTB and rearm, or we can just go and be an extra set of sonar. Yes!
Boom.
Yes! Come on! Sub 1
Good, excellent
destroyed.
stuff.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Right, Matrix.
I suggest we go and just do the sonar stuff because they've got four torpedoes between the two of them.
Right, I can't make any decisions because I know where that sub is. Do you want to go and help fire in the
Surface
south
only.
east, or do you want to help Simba in the north?
Let me just check the F10 map. I'll head back towards the fleet's course,
Okay.
sort of aiming to about 2 or 3 miles ahead of it.
Roger,
Yeah.
fleet on the nose, by the way.
I'd advise you guys going north. We'll cover.
All right, you guys said it wasn't my decision. In that case, roughly north of the fleet is going to be about magnetic 230. Right, Simba and Co. How are you getting on? Only no subs?
No, we did 12 to 3 o'clock position.
Yep,
10 to
you
11
certainly
miles.
did. Well, there's only one slice of the pie that's not been done yet, guys. That is due south, which Fire's heading to now. And that is the whole kind of northwest segment. Northwest has not been done.
Yeah, that's where we're heading.
Let's all go there. That means that sub is either south or it's northwest. Annoyingly, he's got 9 minutes until he fires. So let's go, go, go.
Simba Squirrel, just course correct 265.
Drips, what's my new heading?
New heading 262 magnetic.
Copy.
So have we taken any sonar depths at the 11 or 10?
No, that's just
No.
where we're heading No.
That's the sector that hasn't been done.
Yeah, Matrix is planning to get well ahead of the fleet on the fleet's course, as that's not been done yet either.
Yep, everyone's doing a
Okay,
thing.
so we're going to 9 o'clock, not 11
No,
o'clock.
we're going to head to 11 o'clock because I'm going to bring us about 9 miles from the fleet,
Yeah.
given
Yeah.
the time, and then Matrix will clockwise round to meet us.
In terms of grid refs,
Roger.
Simba's going to Echo Golf 5-6 or around there. Matrix is going to Echo Golf 4-5.
Is it worth it dipping here, Cap?
Yeah. Let's be quick about it. Let's do a dip.
Stand by.
So we're going to head for the top right corner of Echo Golf 5-5, basically.
Your Echo Golf 5-5. Roger. Note, you will only be 8 miles away from the carrier, but the sub has obviously got closer, so that'll probably be okay, won't it?
Yeah, that was my thinking, yeah.
Go ahead, Drips.
Sonar's in.
Okay, Cap.
Cap, passive.
Okay, so just turn us 283, last leg, approximately
grab.
3 miles.
Sorry.
You admiring the pretty waves?
Blank.
No sub.
Please carry on due north. Due north.
Sonar's in.
All surface.
All surface.
Right, that means, guys, drop and fire. You can either do one more slice of the pie, which would be the 7 o'clock position, or the guy is up where we're going, up at Echo Golf 4-6. You guys have got to make that decision. I can't make that for you. But
Yeah,
time is now critical.
We'll do one more fire 273 magnetic.
273.
They're going to do the 7 o'clock position there, viewers, just to make sure. So he's either there and somehow got between our scans. Sorry.
Range till drop.
Bell mile.
What I'll do next time, viewers, is I'll make 10 variations of the mission with the sub at different angles, and then I'll do a randomizer to choose which one, and I'll somehow find a way of not looking. And then even I won't know next time.
Okay, Simba, let's go for a dip here.
Now, how much harder would this be if we don't know how fast the sub's going, viewers? We'd have to do an interpolation of passive and active sonaring.
We're going to need more pilots.
You're going to need more pilots. We're going to need at least 6 pilots to do this on a harder mode, and really good pilots so you can deal with heavy wind adjustments.
Copy, Simba,
Very good.
copy.
Gotcha. So,
Goodbye, Simba doing a thing.
Is that good?
Submarine 355 true between 5.4 and 7.6 nautical miles.
All right, we're going to turn to help prosecute.
Say the numbers again, I'll log them.
355 true, 5.4 to 7.6 nautical miles.
You guys get going. I'm going to plot it for the rest of us.
Head that direction a couple of miles and then we'll get an active on Simba.
Roger. Fire 346.
All right, what's that going to be magnetic?
355 minus about 350.
Yeah, Matrix.
All units, submarine spotted. Matrix, head 020. Fired at
Let's go, hit
340. Buster. I'm plotting the sub's position from your passive scan. I just need a second.
We're about to go active.
Yep, I make it there, viewers. I'm just trying to get that distance. I make it there. I'm putting one in called cap estimate. That is where I think he is. He's firing in 2.5 minutes.
All right, drop the sonar.
Copy, going active.
They're doing an active hit.
No contact.
Are you serious? No contact? You did an active one?
Yep.
Okay, guys, I've put where I think he is, or where I'm almost certain he is. He was right on the edge of your 5-mile ring, which is probably why. Can you guys go due north for 2 miles and dip again?
Copy.
I think he was just outside of their range ring. Or he stopped, or he's fired and he's turned around. I don't know. Anything could be happening.
Yeah, Matrix. Suggest we head to about 2 miles south of their current position between them and the fleet.
Which would make it, please, magnetic 050 Buster. I suspect the submarine's coming in like that, viewers. So I'm sending Simba just a couple of miles to re-dip. Or he could have fired his missiles and he could be flanking or turning around like the other one did.
How much further?
Let's go for it here. Start backing off now.
All right, you can drop it.
Going active. Okay, submarine 352 true for 3.8 nautical miles.
Yeah, it's due north 3 miles, due north 3 miles. Fire from pretty much that station. Get a little bit of high altitude. Head due north. Set the missiles to 1 mile active, please. To submarine. And fire as soon as you can while the aircraft is pointing due north.
Okay, confirm. Set for 1 nautical mile after launch. Submarine. Heading 352 true.
Did you release
Fish
or
in
do
the
I need to
water.
release?
Yep,
Fish in the water. Simba, you now need to slow in the torpedoes. You need to do exactly what you're doing, but less than 50 knots. We've got reinforcements on the way. Right, now we've got to watch for the splash.
Simba, just turn us nose 345.
Oh my god, I think I see the sub. No, I haven't. I don't know what that is.
I can see something on the horizon at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I see it too.
Simba, can you get us back down again? We'll
I
just
think
do
that's
another-
Oh, it's the Chinese torpedoes. The Chinese have fired the torpedoes. Look at that, viewers. I was working out what that was. There they are. There's the Chinese torpedoes.
What were you saying, Squirrel?
Yeah, get us down for another dip.
Damn, we just didn't quite get there, viewers. And indeed, it is 1 minute over.
Just going to do another ping now.
Roger out. Those Chinese torpedoes are going to go right under you. I wonder
Go
if
ahead.
we set them off.
Yeah, thanks, Simba. Dip in now.
Torpedo active on your 10 o'clock.
Yep, I see it.
It's not
Crossing my
bending.
nose.
It's not bending. That's a bad sign. It means the submarine has evaded it. Has it?
348 2.1. 348 2.1. Setting second torpedo.
Sub will now be running away at 20 knots, which means only a delta of 30 knots for the torpedoes, Viewingtons.
Simba, get us 348. Launching.
All right.
Thank you, Simba. Good job, man.
Once you've launched, you guys are done. You can just follow in and watch.
Well, he had come. I think he was beaming because he'd moved to 348 2.1 from 342.
Yeah.
3.
Concur with that. Matrix, if you feel like doing something brave, try and there's some big torpedo trails. They're on your 10 o'clock, Matrix.
Do I need to do anything to support this torpedo?
No.
Nope. All right.
Yeah, I didn't see the trails yet.
Roger.
Okay, I think I can
say.
He is on our 1 o'clock where I have got water disturbance.
I can see something on the nose, something white on the surface.
Go for it.
Simba, can you see your 3 o'clock now out your window?
What do you propose you do when we get there, Cap?
I was hoping you were going
I've
to
got
ram your nose.
torpedo.
Simba, okay to try another dip out here, just kind of give the guys some more information in case we miss.
Oh, you got it! You got it!
Good job, Simba.
Right, guys,
Good job.
there's one more job to do. Unfortunately, there are 6 fish in the water. I'm going to try and triangulate them visually. Squirrel, you can try and find them. They're near Simba. Oh, shit, they're
yeah.
past Simba. They're now at Matrix.
I can see a white trail in my 12 o'clock, but it's going the wrong way for the fleet.
Thin white lines in the water. Got 'em.
Matrix, left pull, 180 degrees. Head just slightly right of the fleet.
Fire's got visual on them.
They're moving at 50 knots. Maybe if we land a helicopter, it might hit them. They look pretty close to the surface.
Can we shoot them with our torpedoes?
Why not? I have no idea what's going to happen. Literally no idea.
I've got something just left of the nose, sneaking
Yep.
towards the carrier. This looks like them there. Yeah, got them.
There's 6 torpedoes.
I don't know what you think we're going to do, Cap.
I wonder if I left a Game Master slot, then I could move the ships. If I had a Game Master slot, I could move the ships, viewers. Outrun the torpedoes.
Yeah, it looks like we're catching up with them now.
I don't know what you're going to do. Try and visualise them beneath the sea and set off. They've not got contact fuses, they've got proxy fuses, I think. So maybe it will hit the helicopter.
Yeah, I think you're pipe dreaming here, Cap. I think the best thing you can do is tell the fleet to get a move, get out of the way.
Well, I forgot to put an Admiral slot in, so
I'm just caught up with the lead one now.
yeah.
We launched both of our torpedoes at them.
Okay, we've got friendly torpedo. Ooh, yes. There is a torpedo out there that's tracking something, turning.
I suggest what you do, Cap, is you dive in your snorkel and whistle at it or something.
They are quite small. You could kind of like put your todger in the propeller. I mean, I don't want to, but that would be something you could do, guys.
I was going to suggest
We
that
probably
with the,
launched with our too soon.
They've turned. The torpedoes have turned. They've made a 45-degree turn, and they're evading. They're evading. Look, they're making. Oh my God! They're doing. Look at that, viewers. I can see them. They're like the great white shark from Jaws and Jaws 2, but not Jaws 3, which was in 3D. No one knows what I'm talking about. They're all snaking and evading. The
Hey, look down
helicopters.
to the left.
Look at that, Viewingtons. You're upsetting them.
If they've gone pitbull on a torpedo, that was a good call.
It is modern. Oh, it's just gone active slightly too late, the viewers. Oh no! Will it see them? No, they're out of its cone of influence. Oh, that's so unlucky. Dang it. That's real unlucky.
Looks like they're turning back in.
There's 2 splashes to the north, that's why I was going off, I guess.
well, there's one coming in now from the 7 o'clock, the lead one.
Yeah, they're out of the cone of what our torps can see. This is only going one way now, guys. Why are they essing? There must be defensive measures, I'm guessing.
Oh, somebody's just ploughed in.
Oh yeah, I just jumped in and we're a submarine now.
Oh, well, hopefully you'll be in the way.
Oh, they've turned towards you. They've turned towards you.
Nice job, Simba.
Nice knowing you, Simba.
Plan has worked.
And they're
They
turning
have.
back.
They might bleed themselves out of energy.
Yeah, unlikely, but if they're trailing, if they're trailing bubbles, they're still under power, so
Yeah.
what we could do is settle on the surface of the water somewhere and see if they can hover on the surface of the water and see if it'll distract the torpedoes.
All right, let's do that. The problem is they're
Yeah,
zigzagging.
permission to get another helicopter.
All right, do it. An
This
Apache
is-
would be
they're just-
useful with Hellfires. They're not anti-sub torpedoes like ours. They're big anti-ship ones, so they're huge. They're like 30 feet long or something.
Did you somebody tell the fleet to activate the Prairie Massacre system?
Get your rocks ready.
But he's been reading too much Tom Clancy.
You are 100% right in their way. Look at Matrix. Look what Matrix done a thing. He's put the bird in the water. Will he set the proxy fuses off? Oh, they've turned around him. They've turned around him, look. Sons of bitch.
Have they gone around us?
Yeah, Chinese torpedo missed by about 300 feet.
Have you recovered that? Oh my god.
Ah, ladies and gentlemen, Matrix. Whatever that man did, I guess. Look at that. Look at it went around the Black Hawk.
The best thing we can do is stand by and lift survivors off the boat that's hit.
Yep, stop this. I'm getting in a boat. I'm getting in a helicopter, guys.
Yeah, we can do that.
Right, where is it, guys? Right, what they need to do is bring Super Cap in. Has anyone figured out how to fire the actual virtual 3D torpedoes on here? Because I think you can.
Fire the torpedoes, active immediate.
Watch out. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, they're going for the lead ship.
Are we facing them, Simba?
Oh, now they're changing directions.
What heading are they?
It looks like one of them has pulled ahead of the fleet. Strike on the lead northern ship.
Oh, I think we hit our own
God.
ship.
Oh. I think the boys may have accidentally put a Mk46. You'll know by how much damage it's done. It was Mark
they're off our nose. They're off our nose. Send them.
Watching.
Oh yeah, they're active.
Yep, that worked. So confused. There's different torpedoes that split. There's some torpedoes over here, viewers. There's some torpedoes over here. One of our ships is just blown up. They've split. That's what's happened.
The torpedoes have gone active to the northwest, away from the fleet.
Did you have any luck with your active torpedoes, guys?
We've just sent 2 active immediately.
I got 3 of them, 4 of them here.
They are snaking inexorably towards the carrier, guys. Oh, another Tycho's been smashed.
No, same one.
Yeah, they're way off. I've got a torpedo that's heading beam of the fleet slightly towards it.
They're turning away from the fleet again.
It wasn't our torpedo that hit this Tycho. Mk48 can't sink a cruiser. It was a big one.
2 o'clock.
They're all right here.
I don't know what they're doing. They're snaking around the carrier group. Oh, you saw it first here, Viewingtons. Things happening.
Can you see that one going straight across your front now, Cap?
Yep, but it's turned around, and it's turned around. It's not going for the carrier anymore. It's gone to find his other friends, which have also turned around. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever the hell's going on here? Yep, he's fully going away from the fleet now. They've missed. That's not bad. We lost one cruiser, guys. That's only, what, 400 men? 300 men? Let's go and do some rescue, guys.
Well, first go at this.
Not bad.
Yeah, just bear in mind, if you're going to try and rescue people from the sunken cruiser, there's another one bearing down.
Another cruiser.
Yep, it's on the same course.
I'm not scared of that. Once you've rescued your maximum capacity of about 20 guys, I'm guessing, for a Black Hawk, put it on the carrier, and I'll meet you there for 1 times debrief. Oh my god, VRS. That'll be VRS.
Did the boat already sink?
Yeah, it's gone.
Carps dipping for carcasses. Carcae. Alright, look at that, viewers. They're climbing on. Oh my god, Cap, you've come to see we're American and you've come to save us. I watch you on YouTube. Hi guys, get on board. Okay. And we're up. I got my 20 souls on and I'm coming, guys.
Who put the island there? Oh, well, I'm down.
That's fine. You don't need to take off anymore. Get your 20 souls out.
And Firedead's got his.
We've got ours, they're highly trained frogmen.
Did it gear out on this thing automatically? Must be on.
It's fixed.
Nice. Fixed gear, always best gear, viewers. And Cap down in the sexiest fashion you can imagine. And my 20 souls are got life jackets on them and they're going to get a warm hot cup of coffee. We didn't see that YJ6 coming towards us, sir. Don't worry. We'll take responsibility. Simba will take responsibility. Right, guys, as a debrief, that was our first go at anti-submarine warfare. I thought it was brilliant. It was easy mode, obviously. You know, we knew a lot of stuff about the subs that real life you probably wouldn't know, but I thought that was really cool. There's also a lot of scope for adding different submarines, different angles, different speeds, different weather, and the ships having human captains and the submarines having human captains. Near enough. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, that guy. On 3, in Grim Reaper style, we'll go full power and eject. 3, 2, 1, 3. Cap eject. Sweet, you can't eject. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, a beautiful trio of white hawks. Huh. None of them crashed. And they're doing brilliant ballet for us. Right, view engines, I hope you enjoyed that, and bye-bye.